biggest mysteries in One Piece. Now, One Piece is known for its greatness, its storytelling, and we know that one of the biggest aspects to One Piece, a series that's been going on for nearly 20 years, if 2017 is the 20th anniversary for One Piece, we're going to talk about the mysteries in One Piece. That's a big aspect when we're talking about One Piece. A lot of questions that haven't been answered, that have been thrown out there. That's why One Piece is one of the biggest theory community, whether you go to Oral Jackson, YouTube, anywhere, Twitter, you see theories everywhere you go, and it's one of the biggest reasons because there's so many mysteries in One Piece that we have time to guess, and we know we're not going to get these mysteries revealed right away, so that's why we always discuss them. And I thought I should do a video on the biggest mysteries I personally feel are in One Piece. Now, you guys know that I do a bunch of How Strong videos. Yes, I think I'm known for doing the How Strong videos in the One Piece community. But the one video I haven't done is How Strong are the Gorosei. And the reason why I haven't done it is because I just don't know. I've been talking about the Gorosei a couple times, and whenever I talk about them, I always tell you guys, I don't know how strong the Gorosei are. I do not think they're Pirate King level, because like people say, I don't even think they're Yonko level, but like I just don't know. They could be Yonko level for all I know. Right now, I'm assuming that they're around the Admiral level. That's what my guess would be. Or to be honest, recently Admiral level, Yonko level, that stuff has been meshing together, and like you could just say top tier characters, which I think most of the Yonkos are the top tier characters. Like, so I just want to say that the Gorosei are definitely, I believe they're going to be top tier characters judging by the scars and how big they are, but I'm not too sure if they're as powerful as some people think. I'm not too sure because I just don't know. And this is why I'm putting in my biggest mystery video, How Strong are the Gorosei? Luffy's mother. Now, let's be honest here, one of the biggest reveals in One Piece was Luffy's father in Enies lobby. Well, it was Water 7 technically, and we got the reveal of his grandfather and then his father right away. But something I noticed that they didn't reveal his mother, and I feel like that's a big story outline when it comes to Dragon's past and his relationship with Luffy's mother. Maybe Luffy's mother is dead, because if she was alive, I think Garp would have said her name. Your mother's this, your mother, like, you know your father, now we gotta know who your mother is. And I can't wait to see the flashback to see, because I think Luffy's mother is dead. Personally, I feel like she is not alive right now. I remember watching one of the openings and I saw Bo Hancock for the first time looking at Luffy. I'm like, yo, maybe that's Luffy's mother, to find out that's going to be Luffy's understroke. But seriously, I do not know who Luffy's mother is, and that's one of my biggest mysteries I can't wait to see be revealed. Now, Kaido as a character, yes, most people think that I'm going to say Kaido's ability, his power, his fruit power. What is Kaido's fruit power? Personally, I think the bigger mystery is, how is Kaido immortal? Now, we know he does suicide as a hobby, and he just doesn't seem to die. We see all the torture measures they did to try to kill him. They couldn't. Guillotine, hanging, like skewer, like they couldn't do anything to Kaido. He's so durable. Now, does that have to do with haki? Does that have to do with his fruit power? Or does that have to do with just his body? Because we know that in Dressrosa, there was a guy named, I think his name was Kelly Funk or Bob. I'm not too sure what his name was, but the Jacket fruit guy. And his body was so strong that it broke a haki imbued weapon. And I was so shook. I'm like, whoa, so your body can be stronger than actual haki? That just shows how crazy the more powers the One Piece world that is hidden. And I can't wait to see, what is Kaido's immortality? How does he have it? Like, what is it? Give me the mystery. I need it now. Kaido War is soon going to be approaching. The National Treasure. And we know the National Treasure it's not really a big topic in the One Piece community. It has been discussed a couple times before, but I do want to say this. A lot of people have been theorizing the National Treasure is the poneglyph, the red poneglyph. Now, I'm not too sure if it is the red poneglyph, one of the road poneglyphs, one of the ones that lead to Raftail, but I do know the Celestial Dragons love the National Treasure, and we know that Doflamingo used that as leverage against the Celestial Dragon. So I want to know how big is it for the Celestial Dragon, so why they care about it so much. It's just one of those huge mysteries that will connect later on in the end of story probably, and I can't wait to see what they're hiding in Mary Joa's. I call him Mary Joa. Blackbeard and how we got 2 devil fruits. Now, we know Blackbeard is one of the final antagonists in the One Piece story. He definitely has to be very OP, very powerful, and he's kind of known for the first character to have 2 fruit powers. We saw earlier Jabra speaking how 2 fruit powers that cannot happen. Lucci speaks about it. Multiple occasions where they speak about 2 fruit powers is a no-no, but Blackbeard kind of broke the actual rules, and even the Gorosei, when talking about it, like they seem kind of like not that shocked, but they're still a little bit worried. Like he's the only man to have 2 fruit powers. So I want to know how crazy that Blackbeard schemed to get 2 fruit powers. How did he find out the ability to get 2 fruit powers? Marco mentioned it might be because of his body. What is up with his body? A huge video I have planned in the future about Blackbeard in a couple days, so you guys will see my opinion on Blackbeard. And yeah, I'm hyped, dude. My second favorite character, Z, ha 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 ha. Subscribe to MacBeard, my manga channel. Let's go. Dragon's ability. Yes, Monkey D. Dragon, the Logia, Wind Logia, no, the Mythical Zoan Dragon, no, the Hockey Specialist, the Conqueror Hockey Specialist. I'm not too sure what Dragon's ability is, but the theories have been going on and on and on. It even goes down to the people believing he's a former admiral. Now, I'm not too sure if that's true or not, but I do want to say this. I want to know what happened during the lockdown situation where Dragon just made that win happen. He did the same thing in Great Terminal. Was that hockey related or was that fruit power related? And if it was, like, personally, my guess right now would be that he's a Mythical Zoan Dragon fruit power, which would be very OP, which very sick. Some people say that. I think most people are right now thinking that he's Wind Loki. I know Ferrospace, another One Piece YouTuber, check him out. He has good evidence that Dragon is a Wind Loki. But like I said, I just don't know right now. I'm gonna go with the Dragon Mythical Zoan, but I could be wrong, like I've been wrong many times. The final arc in One Piece. Now, a lot of people have been confused on the final arc in One Piece because we know that Oda said that the final arc in One Piece will make Marineford look like a side story, like it's filler. But when it comes to the final arc, will it be revolved around Blackbeard or will it be revolved around the world government? Because Whitebeard's words were so spooky. Like, after the One Piece is found, a huge war will engulf the whole world. So I'm thinking about it. If the One Piece is found, Luffy's gonna be the Pirate King, and he's probably gonna defeat Blackbeard unless he fights Blackbeard after finding the One Piece. Who knows? But I do want to say this: if Blackbeard is not a part of the final war, how big of the enemy is it gonna be? The Gorosei, Akainu? Like, I'm not too sure how it's gonna go. Though I do think right now my guess is that Blackbeard is gonna be a part of the final war. There's gonna be a part 1, part 2, part 3. There's gonna be many parts of the final war, and that's why it's gonna make Marineford look like a side story. There's gonna be many aspects to it, and I'll be honest here, like, this is one of the biggest mysteries. Yo, what is Oda planning? He even said he has the final chapter planned out, and that's one of his biggest motivations and why he continues to do One Piece, because he really wants to get that final chapter out. It's definitely going to be not 10 out of 10, not 100 out of 10, not 1000 out of 10, a million out of 10. Joy Boy. And I'm not talking about the One Piece theorist Joy Boy, yo. I'm not talking about Joy Boy theorist. I'm talking about Joy Boy, the actual character. But I really want to say this: when it comes to Joy Boy, he seems to be one of the leaders of the D clan. Yes, one of the leaders of the D clan. I know people get angry when I say the letter D because of the whole joke, but I do want to tell you guys this. I'm gonna say pause right now, and I'm gonna continue going, yo. So don't laugh. But yes, I want to see if Joy Boy is one of the leader of the D clans in the Void Century. And honestly, Joy Boy, with the whole situation with the ancient weapon, the Fishman, Noah, Poseidon, there's a huge underlying plot there, and there's some similarities in which I think that Luffy and Joy Boy might be some crazy parallels. Yes, there's gonna be some crazy parallels between these two characters, and I'm hyped to see Joy Boy, Goldie Roger's power. Now, I kind of said that like my intro, I don't know why, but I feel like maybe I have a video planning on this, who knows. But I do want to say this: when it comes to Goldie Roger, the man who is the Pirate King, he has the power, if not rivaled, above Whitebeard. Now we know Whitebeard is the man who can actually destroy the world. You saw his Quake fruit. We saw how powerful Whitebeard was, how OP he was, and that was Whitebeard in old age and in sick. Now think about that. A prime Whitebeard couldn't beat Goldie Roger, or it was equal to Goldie Roger. What kind of power does Goldie Roger have? Is it a fruit power? If it's only hockey, I'm gonna be scared, yo. I'm gonna be very scared. And like, okay, this guy is definitely a different animal, a different beast. And then you look at Garpin is prime. So like, these guys in the old generation, I can't wait to see their powers. But Roger for me is the one I want to see so badly, because like, he's the character, yo. He started off the series, yo, talking about go find my treasure. He looks so basic, but I know he has some crazy stuff planned, and I can't wait to see it. I'll have a video planned tomorrow coming out about Goldie Roger, so stay tuned for that. And like I said, it's a big mystery, Goldie Roger's power. The all blue. Yes, we're talking about the dream of Sanji, where all the fishes from each sea connect. It's like an ocean or sea which all they connect. Now we see the theory of that the red lines to be destroyed, and that's going to create the all blue. I'm not too sure what is going to go on with the all blue situation, but I do feel like there's got to be an opposite. There's got to be someone who has gone to the all blue to actually make an all blue a thing amongst chefs. So I can't wait to see who was the person who went on to the all blue first. It might be someone like Roger might have been one of those guys guys who actually went to the All Blue. Who knows? The All Blue might be around Raftel for all we know. I'm not too sure what it is, but it's a big mystery for me personally. I can't wait to see Sanji complete his dream again, because we know Fish from Island, he completed the dream that's comparable to All Blue. I'm just joking, but let's continue. Now this one's gonna get a lot of laughs, but I'm gonna tell you right now, one of the other biggest mysteries I want to see is the ancient weapon Uranus. I'm not gonna say it, you people be roasting me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it right now. Like, I don't care, man. Uranus, the ancient weapon Uranus. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You want to screw it up? No. Seriously though, I can't wait to see what this power is, because we saw Poseidon already. We know Pluton is like a battleship of some sort with crazy weapons, but what is the ancient weapon Uranus? Now people say that Dragon has it. Some people say that Roger had it during the Shiki War. I'm not too sure who has it. Some people say that it's on the Raftel Island. It's gonna destroy the Red Line. Like, I'm telling you guys, there's been so many crazy theories on this ancient weapon, but I'm just not too sure what it is, and I'm excited. Now we know that there is the origin of the devil fruit, the fruit powers in which a lot of these characters have, they use. And I'll be honest here, I just want to see if it's from a tree, what it has to do with awakening. There's gonna be so much questions asked. How does a fruit go into a weapon? Because Vegapunk's the guy who's gonna answer all these questions, and we know Blackbeard had a book of the fruit power, just like Sanji did as a youngin. There's so many questions about the devil fruit power origins. I want to see what it was, and I'm very excited to see what goes down in that flashback of some sort. The Void Sentry. And now this is a 100-year gap in which Nika Robin's pretty much trying to find the true Sentry, the Void Sentry, just like her people were massacred because of looking into the Void Sentry. The world government is so afraid to find out, let the world find out about the Void Sentry. That just showcases what the world government did in the Void Sentry was so heinous that they don't even want anyone to find out. Their power in itself will be in jeopardy. We saw the Gorosei were kind of nice, kind of cool, and as soon as the professor started talking like crazy about the Void Sentry, they were like, kill him right away. So, and they feel kind of bad about it too, so they know that they would do anything to cover this up, and it's crazy. I can't wait to see the actual Void Sentry in a whole, and like, it's gonna be crazy because we know that there's other theories that I'm gonna talk about, but let's be honest here, the Void Sentry kind of connects to most of these mysteries. The Will of D. Now, I've said many times, I made a whole Will of D video. I think the Will of D original members weren't related by blood, but they were a part of a group of some sort, just kind of like a group like we see with the pirates or the revolutionaries, and they all initialed themselves the D, and that's why we see giants in the D clan and like different people. Like, I personally feel like it's going to be a very unique group in which now they are now connected because they all were linked back to the people that went against the actual world government at that time. And we saw the Gorosei, they hate the D. We know Monkey D. Garp is working with the Gorosei, so like they hate it, but they'll let a person work with them. They just don't want them when they're going against them. And we now know there's prominent figures right now in the One Piece world: Trafalgar D. Wattel Law, we have Marshall D. Teach, we have Monkey D. Luffy. Like, it's going down right now, and I feel like I can't wait to see the actual true of the D clan. The One Piece. Yes, this is gonna be the final mystery I talk about, because it's the One Piece, it's the One Piece. And I know I told you guys I would never make a video on the One Piece, but recently I kind of dived in a little bit, and then I stopped myself. I can do a video on the One Piece. Now, I don't think I'll ever get it right, but it's the fact that I'm searching for the final, like, this is the thing that we all been waiting for. This series is called One Piece, the treasure that Goldie Roger left at Raftel. I wouldn't do that to myself to go look to find some evidence on, oh, this is the One Piece, this is the One Piece. Like, I'm gonna be so surprised when I find out what the One Piece is. Some people say they're gonna be disappointed. Some people say they're gonna be very happy. A lot of people comparing this to another series called the Naruto, where there was an Obito moment. I don't care what you guys saying. I'll tell you right now, One Piece is the greatest manga of all time. So I don't really mind what the One Piece is, but I do think it's gonna shock me. It's gonna be amazing, and that's why I'm not gonna put any expectations on the One Piece. Let's be honest here, we all started the series looking for the One Piece, what the One Piece is gonna be, but we all right now in the series don't really think about the One Piece that much. You rarely see videos on the actual One Piece treasure. It's something that's so far away. We had so much enjoyment without talking about the One Piece that it's like kind of like a little thing, but when it gets brought up, it's gonna be huge, and I can't wait till Oda, the creator of One Piece, brings up the One Piece. Yes, but these are all the mysteries I wanted to discuss. Yes, this video, I'm kind of tired, I'll be honest. I'm kind of sick. I got down with some sick, but I do want to say this. I don't even know what I was saying there, to be honest. That's how you know I'm sick. When I start rambling and I don't even know what I'm saying, that's how you know when I'm sick. So like, I feel under the weather right now, but I'm going to power through it and try to upload more videos this month in January, 2017 new year. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section on these big mysteries, and tell me something I left out, because I know there's a lot of mysteries that I did leave out, and I know you guys who are the real MVPs will put in the comment section, because I love reading you guys' comments. Very interesting comments, some very spooky comments, but I do want to say this: like and share if you enjoyed, like and share only if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more One Piece content. I'm the Legend Mac, and I'm gone.